Ori, do you feel like a film buff today?
No, never. No. But
So
you know,
on the,
I always wing it. I'm a master at winging it, and we'll go with the gut.
so on the back of Avatar releasing and all the discussion around how much money it was going to make in its opening weekend,
Yeah.
and then the internet, as it always does, finding something that seems ridiculous to compare it to, but is genuinely comparable in the Puss in Boots film,
Yeah.
which apparently is phenomenal.
Yeah. I've seen one clip from it, and it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah. I thought it'd be really interesting to play a little game of higher or lower with looking at some of the best domestic opening weekends in history. So what this will cover is just how much money that film makes in its domestic market, which for all of these is America, in its opening weekend.
Right.
There are bonus points available, however.
What's my prize?
Your prize is pride.
Well, I'm not winning.
I tell you what, I will give you my share of whatever this episode makes.
So kind. Too kind.
There will also be bonus points for if you are within $5 million of how much it made it that weekend.
Oh, I'm guessing actual number.
Yeah, as well as higher or lower.
Okay.
So there's a point for if you get the higher or lower right, and then a point for if you're within $5 million of how much it made in the opening weekend. So we are starting with Titanic. Obviously, there is no higher or lower. How much do you think it made in its opening weekend?
Ooh. This was a long time ago.
Was.
What did Titanic make in its opening weekend? Oh no, I'm gonna throw a random number out. 20 million.
You know what? That is not a bad guess, but you do not get your bonus point. 28.6 million in its opening weekend.
Oh, it's close. All right, so 28.6 for Titanic.
Higher or lower? The Avengers in 2012. I'm not going to give you the year for all of them. I just know that the Avengers came out in 2012.
Is this the first Avengers?
This is the first Avengers film. Avengers Assemble, as it was
I'm going to go lower.
Shown in most of the world. You're going to go lower. Would you like to give me a figure?
16 million.
16. You're wrong.
Oh.
It is higher. 207 million.
Oh, shit. I was thinking, but it hadn't picked up yet.
Titanic is a bit of an anomaly. For how much money the film ended up making, it had unprecedentedly bad opening weekend.
Oh.
It was there to be a red herring. So you're currently 0 for 3. Now, next, higher or lower? Iron Man 3.
Then 200 and... What was Avengers?
207.
Iron Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting into the thick of MCU here. I'm going to go higher.
You're going to go higher? Would you like to throw a figure on that?
Let's go like 220.
You are once again wrong.
Oh, sick.
It was lower at 174 million. Not bad, to be fair, for a solo film compared to a team-up film. But you are...
I was thinking... If he'd said 2, I would have definitely gone lower. But...
Yeah. Next up. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Higher or lower than 174 million?
Higher.
Higher? Would you like to throw a number on that?
300 million.
You reckon 300?
Yeah.
You are wrong on both counts.
Yep. Cool. Sick.
It was lower at 155.
God, Star Wars fans are the worst. Like, one of the best Star Wars films in years, and they just did not show up. disappointed.
No, in the opening weekend, overall, it might have ended up
Well,
being
yeah,
better.
but I'm still disappointed.
Next up, higher or lower than 155 million? The Dark Knight, the second of Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy.
Higher.
Higher, okay. And how much are you putting on that?
Those films were very well loved. 220.
220. You were right that it was higher,
Finally.
but it was only 158 million.
Oh. Only just.
Only just higher.
I'm
So
surprised because everyone
you
talks
are on
so
the board.
highly of the. I am on the board. I'm on a breadstick.
You've also got to remember that came out like before superhero films were the biggest thing in
True.
the fucking
Yeah,
world.
that is true.
For the time, that was like crazy numbers.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, not to downplay how
MCU is.
brilliant the film is, was due to Heath Ledger's passing as well.
Yeah. MCU's really skewed things, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. Guardians Volume 2, higher or lower than 158 million?
Higher.
Higher, okay. Care to throw a number on that?
280.
280. Wrong. 146.
Really?
Mhm.
Everyone loves the Guardians. I suppose the
Maybe not
second
in
one
the
was a
opening
bit.
weekend. There was a lot going on around the second one as well. I'm pretty sure it had a pretty tough month of competition. Next up, The
Brilliant.
Incredibles 2, higher or lower than 146 million?
Oh, higher.
How much?
320.
320. You
Okay.
are fucking off your rocker.
Yeah,
It
I
was
know.
indeed higher, but 182 million.
I like to think that all the millennials came out and showed support.
I mean, they clearly did. I mean, it did better numbers than Iron Man 3 in its opening weekend. It is our what? It's our third highest so far.
Jeez.
Okay, next up. Higher or lower than 182 million, the remake of The Lion King, which was live action, quote unquote.
Oh, lower.
Lower. Okay, how much?
What did we say? 180.
182.
136.
136.
Oh.
191 million.
Oh, it's only slightly.
Only just slightly.
I didn't like the live action one.
Neither did I, but there was a lot of hype around it. You got to remember, this is opening weekend before a lot of the reviews get out.
I know, but still.
Next up, higher or lower than 191 million, Avengers Endgame.
Oh, higher.
Okay, and how much you saying?
Avengers Endgame. 300 million.
You ready to laugh? You were still too low.
Oh.
357 million.
Jeez. I knew it was high.
Yeah. It's impressive. Avatar: The Way of Water, higher or lower than 357 million?
On its opening weekend.
Opening weekend. Just domestically.
Lower.
And how much?
Like 200 million.
You are correct, it was lower, but you didn't go low enough.
Oh.
134 million.
I nearly said 150, but I was like, nah, surely it did better than that.
Okay. Yeah, 134.1 million.
That's had an impressive climb while it's been out because it did not start strong.
Yeah. Well, you've got to remember as well, that was just domestically in America.
Well, yeah,
its opening,
still.
the global opening weekend will have been a lot higher.
True.
Higher or lower than 134.1 million, The Batman.
I'm going to go higher.
Higher, okay.
But only like 150 million.
150. It was 134 million 8,000. It made $92,000 less. in its opening weekend.
He's such a tricky bullshit.
And now, the Batman, 134 million,
Hmm.
or Finding Dory.
Finding Dory is Disney. I feel like this is going to be higher.
Okay,
170.
170. You're right, it was higher. However, it was only 135.
You just got bored at this point. You just got bored and was like,
So out of what was this?
I got like 4 points
You
out of
got
like 20.
1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5
Oh,
out of around about 20.
great,
Um,
great KD, best standard from my Valorant
but
games.
it does show just the craziness in the monies that films can make, and also I believe Avengers is the only film to make 300 million domestically in its opening weekend.
It's wild how much like the MCU skews
Actually,
perception of some of these
that's a
films.
lie. I think there are 2 films that made 300 million domestically in their opening weekend. Would you like to guess what the other was?
What was the other? Like Interstellar or something.
No Way Home.
Oh,
Which is, and I know that for a fact because I remember that broke the fucking internet because we were still in COVID and it wasn't that easy to get tickets for it, and it still managed to do 300 million.
damn. But yeah, like
But yeah,
it's wild how much the MCU skews, especially against other superhero films. You
put it
forget
this
that
way.
like some of the older ones weren't
Yeah.
as big.
So 357 million had Avengers Endgame at number 1. No Way Home was second with like just over 300 million.
Hmm.
The Dark Knight at 158 million was down at like 47 or something.
Jeez.
So like still one of the best opening weekends of all time. But it made half that of number 1.
Yeah.
Less than half. Closer to half
It
that of number
just
2.
shows like how times have
And it also
changed.
shows why the MCU pumps out so many films.
Oh yeah. Like they're printing money.
Yeah. And they're going to continue to do so. And I mean, as long as we're still enjoying it and people still want to go see it, that's not necessarily a problem. But it does show how they're able to have all these superstars in their films as well.
Oh yeah, because they can offer them ridiculous salaries because they know they're going to make the money.
That they can make a loss on She-Hulk or their TV shows, because guess what? When they release Secret War, I genuinely think it could do more than Endgame. There's a chance.
Depends on the build up to it.
It depends on the quality between now and then, 100%. But there is a chance if they do it right that can make more money.
Yeah, if they get the story going and get people hooked in again, like they did with Endgame.
Yeah. But there you go. Now,
well, let us know how you did in the comments because I did atrociously.
Maybe if we're ever running low on a little bit of news, we'll do more little fun quizzes like this.
And you can watch me suck.
maybe next time we'll choose an easier one.
My general knowledge is terrible, apparently.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If Jenna listens to this episode, she'll be very happy because she did better than you. Because I tested it on her to see if it was too difficult. And she was adamant she was going to do worse than you'd do. By the way. But the next one might be a little bit self-indulgent.